Oh, and we're live.
We are live.
Hi, Chris.
Looks like we've been live for a second while I was thinking.
Oh, well, that's awkward. I was singing.
Welcome to Bonding Over Bourbon. I am Unicorn Chris.
And I'm,
See you in hell, cat.
yeah, Salty Cat. That was my outfit, and he stole it.
Yeah.
So, he can still see me in hell.
Well, that's what you told me when I stole it. You're
Mhm.
like, I'll see you in hell. I was like, all right, well, you should wear that sweater then.
Yeah.
So,
You do make a cute unicorn, though.
me?
Yeah.
This guy?
Yeah. You're the best unicorn I ever picked up.
I don't know about that. We've had a pretty decent year. So, for those of you that are wondering what the hell is going on, we both had costumes in mind, and Amazon had a difference of opinion. So we were originally going to be unicorn and a tater costume.
Yeah, a potato.
It's just going to be a potato, and it just didn't arrive on time.
I know. Shipping overseas is always so hard. You never know when it's actually going to come.
Yeah, it was supposed to come from, what was it, like Hong Kong?
Yeah. Luckily, I have a lot of like sassy Halloween sweaters, so it worked out.
The Halloween is completely unintentional.
Just sassy sweaters.
Thanks, Mark. I appreciate you.
It is pretty good.
I don't know how long I'm going to keep the hood up, though, because this is made of like wool or something.
No, it is not.
It
has
feels
to be
woolly.
it has to
like
be like
fleece.
nylon. Yeah.
Nylon or fleece. Yeah, this is pretty warm. So I see we got some people in the chat already. You should be. I wish I had Weller Single Barrel.
I know. We do have CYPB
Yeah,
if we want to be like.
that's pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we decided to keep things pretty funny and kind of light, give or take the content of all the stuff that we are going to show you.
We have some spoopy stuff to talk about.
Yeah, this is the final day of spoopy season. So
I think spoopy season goes until Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna see all the candy around for a while, all the
Right?
discount costumes, all of that stuff. Whiskey Evolution, it's good to see you. So thanks for joining us on Halloween. Appreciate you. I assume these are the people that aren't taking their kids out, which I'm happy about.
Or waiting for trick-or-treaters to come and they want something to do. Which
Hi,
I
Mary.
appreciate. Hi, Mary.
It's good to see you in the chat here. So for those that are just tuning in, I am Ridiculous / Unicorn. She was supposed to be the unicorn. I was supposed to be a potato. And Amazon from Hong Kong had different ideas.
Yeah, it's fine. He looks cuter in it. He wouldn't let me put glitter makeup on him, though, which I'm very upset about.
Well, either way, Irishman, we're happy to see you in here. Thanks for joining. Third shifter. Ooh. Well, thankfully, we'll give you a little bit of a...
Oh, man.
Yeah, we'll give you a little brevity before you go in.
Yeah.
Or if you're already in the middle of your shift, we'll help you kind of break it up with some spooky content here.
Oh, yeah. And some pours.
Yeah, so...
We have a lot of pours to go through.
Yeah, we do. These are going to be short pours.
Baby,
Because
yes.
there's a lot, and some of them get up there in proof point.
And Chris is so heavy-handed when pouring things.
Yeah, I might just have you pour these tonight.
Yeah, I think I should.
I don't have a lot of range in this.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's like an adult, like a teen, almost tween outfit.
Shouldn't it be the other way around?
I don't know.
Tween, almost teen?
I was going to say teen, almost adult outfit, like where you're kind of like in between.
13 going on 30?
Yeah. You haven't moved from like the adult section or the kid section to the adult section at Kohl's.
I know plenty of people that are still like that, but in their minds.
Yeah.
So the theme of the night is spooky movies.
Yeah. We had this question, 2 weeks ago on our last live?
Yeah, and we felt bad because we didn't really answer it. So now, for those of you that are still going to be enjoying scary movies for a little bit longer, or if you enjoy them year-round,
yeah,
we have some nice pairings to go with your spooky movies. Most of them are pretty on theme. Some of them are kind of like wild cards.
Some of them are stretches, but at the same time, like we did put a lot of thought into like what we would actually pair these with.
Yeah, I like the flavor idea. Like
Oh.
not only the actual flavor of what's in the glass, but like the thematic flavor of like how well it goes with the theme.
You know what we forgot to pair with it? We paired the whiskey, but we forgot to pair a candy with it.
Oh yeah. That's gonna be hard.
I know.
We should have thought of that.
Well, we can think. That's why the chat's here.
Yeah. Yeah, if you guys for any of the pours that we bring out, if you can think of something that would go well with it, just let us know and we'll see how it works either soon or for next Halloween.
Trick answer: everything is candy corn.
Yeah.
Or well, the pumpkins. The pumpkins are so much better than candy corn.
I agree with you, but I'm going to veto this whole line.
What is everyone's thoughts on pumpkins versus candy corn?
Yeah, start the candy wars in the section here. Let us know what your favorite candy bar is, and if you're snacking on any, let us know what it is right now.
Yeah, 'tis the season.
Do we break out the first one?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So again, the idea is pairing a horror film with a spirit, whether it's a rye or bourbon, that goes with it thematically. All the candy corn and pumpkins are gross. Yeah, you're not wrong, but I do still kind of enjoy them every once in a while.
I am allergic. I see Mary's answer. I'm allergic to peanuts, but I used to love paydays so much.
Yeah, paydays are pretty dope.
Paydays are the best.
Yeah.
And I love Snickers.
Butterfinger.
Ugh, everything that'll kill me.
Yep. Kat is very allergic to peanuts, and I love them, but I've politely given them up since we live together. Every once in a while, I sneak something in.
If you're looking to make Chris a sole host of this show, feel free to send peanuts in the mail.
Yeah, I'll just hoard all them and put them in my office.
I think that's why I like peanut flavored whiskey so much, because it like really reminds me of it.
Well, before we move to the first one, we need to set up the first movie here.
Yes.
So the first one is going to be Smile,
which is so creepy.
Yeah, if you guys have seen this, let us know in the chat here. We saw this one a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Couple of 2-3 weeks.
I liked it.
It's very unsettling.
It's super unsettling.
Yeah. It's honestly pretty awesome. I would say that like it's one of the better quality horror films that have been coming out in the last couple years.
I can't wait to see the second one.
Yeah. I don't know how they're going to like make a sequel for that.
I don't know.
And that's kind of what led us to this first pick here. So we wanted something that like from the outside looks pretty decent. People say a lot of nice things about the brand. It has like a huge cult following, but then it just leaves you a little unsettled.
Super unsettled.
And also just when you think it's finished, it somehow finds a way to come back around and still continues. And that first one is going to be the Sagamore Imperial Stout finish.
Yeah. We were very excited for this one. And we got this like a year ago.
A little over a year
you
ago.
You can see how much we did not like this one.
Yeah. This first one is going to be quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we are going to switch back. If I could figure out how to do this. There we go. So you can get our live reactions of this god-awful pairing.
Oh, no. I might need new glasses after this.
Oh, that's why we have the box of Glencairns.
Okay, good.
Yeah, again, we were super excited for this. We've also been trying to find a way to reutilize this in a way that made it seem a little more pleasant. We're big on Sagamore, but we honestly can't stand this one.
I should have known because I'm not an
imperialist. She's lying. She's totally into imperialism.
Yeah, it's my favorite thing. Great. Now that's on milk. I am not an imperial stout person.
But we do love the Dragon's Milk Imperial Stout.
That's true.
It's pretty damn good.
Yeah. I guess, I don't know.
This nose is so off.
It kind of changed to like, have you ever had like raspberry leaf tea?
I have not. Hi, little old fashioned.
Hi, little old fashioned.
Thanks for tuning in to this ridiculousness. Oh, yeah. I'm glad you got it already. That's amazing. Let us know what your thoughts are.
Yeah, let us know. And that's a sample of our Jepson's pick.
Yeah.
It has like kind of a wine, like a wine finish.
Almost. Gonna try it later next week. Yeah, amazing. We're interested to hear your thoughts. We sent some out to a couple people that are also on YouTube just to get a better consensus. Like, obviously, our palettes are our palettes. People that like our product, I'm sure that they like it for their own reasons, but we want people that have like no immediate affiliation with us at all to give us like their really high critique. You know, when you have nothing attached to it, I feel like that's where you get like the most scathing criticism. And we haven't heard anything negative yet. I want to hear one bad thing.
Like, this gave me a tummy ache.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh no.
Like, I can't drink whiskey anymore. This killed it for me.
Everything tastes terrible.
That's me. I'm the unicorn. This was supposed to be her costume, but
I know, he stole it.
I did steal it.
I took a sip.
All right. So
I regret it.
for those that are just joining, we are pairing movies with pours, and this first one is Smile. We are pairing it with the Sagamore Imperial Stout finish, and I hate it. Let's go for it.
Taste it.
It just tastes bitter.
And it like, yeah. It's just like on the back of your tongue, and it will not go away.
Yeah. Let me see if I can do. Nope. Sorry. I'm trying to make an easier layout, and it is not working with me here.
Doing half and half?
Yeah, I tried that. It's not doing it.
Oh.
Layout? Nope. All right. I give up. That's all it took.
It definitely pairs with the movie. It's very unsettling.
It is very unsettling.
It keeps you on your toes.
Yeah.
Like, you do not know what the next flavor is going to come.
I still taste the finish.
I know, it does not end.
Mauricio, we're happy to see you here regardless. Feel free to tune into the post once it goes live. I'm sure some of these reactions are going to be pretty interesting.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, we picked whiskeys that we really do like.
Yeah.
But this one, I don't know why.
You know, every once in a while, a blind squirrel finds a nut, so we figured maybe this one would be decent, but it is not.
I don't even know how to like repurpose this one.
A drain is always a way. And again, we're not trying to shit on Sagamore.
We love Sagamore. We have so much Sagamore.
We have a ton, and we also have another one on our shelf for next month's bottle haul.
One of my favorite whiskeys is Sagamore, which is the Manhattan finish.
Yeah, that's one that's right behind you there.
Yeah, I love that one.
It was previously a one-off, but they are making it a permanent fixture.
I think yearly. It's a yearly release.
I don't know what season they released it in.
This
is just so bad.
Spring? I know, it's really not great. Great movie, terrible whiskey. Next.
Yeah, so again, thematically, it works for this. I don't know if I even want to finish this
one.
Oh,
I didn't finish it.
All right, let me give you that one. And then we'll do new glasses going forward.
Is anyone watching a scary movie tonight or lately?
Yeah, somebody doing like ADHD dual cast right now, where you're watching a movie and listening to the stream.
Yeah.
All right, Bala Lee, happy to see you here.
Hello, hello. Happy Halloween.
So this next one, we try to throw in some classics here. And Nightmare on I gave one away.
You ruined it.
You guys didn't see that. Nightmare on Elm Street is probably one of the early like hits, at least from our generation, that was like pretty impactful.
I think I saw the release was 1983, right?
Yeah. I don't think
I think I have the wrong one.
Yeah, that's not the right one. There we go. That's the one. So pretty impactful. The idea of like, falling asleep and you not being safe. The idea of like somebody who's basically burned alive that's like haunting you
so creepy.
And chasing you around. Before we go further into that, Joseph, thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Happy Halloween. Hope you're enjoying Disney.
Yeah. And again, happy birthday. I know it just passed, but I'm happy you got to enjoy it at one of the places that you love with the people that you love.
You were almost a Halloween baby.
Yeah, it's true.
So close.
I see why he loves it so much at Disney now.
Yeah.
The Halloween
Yeah,
fair.
that's true.
But yeah. So this next one again, being burnt alive, something that kind of follows you.
Yeah.
Something that like again is pretty complex. It's also kind of straightforward when you really think about
is.
it. So we decided to go with
Ooh.
the
Fox and Odin.
yeah, Fox and Odin Double Oak.
It
So
really is hard to see.
yeah, well, we also gotta. There we go.
Ta-da-da.
That should be a little better. So
Double
this
oaked.
it's supposed to be Johnny. It's supposed to be Johnny Depp. I guess I don't know what was in that poster. We ripped a few that we saw online. I'm sure there's.
Bring it back up. I didn't even notice that.
Let's see.
Oh,
Is that? Yeah, I could see it.
it kind of like a very young Johnny Depp.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't really age until he hits like 40.
That's true.
He's looked the same age forever.
And now he still looks the same from like Pirates of the Caribbean, which is crazy.
Yeah, he does. Well, it's a good thing that you're using that to base his age because in that movie they made him look a lot older than he actually was.
That's true.
Because he's a dehydrated pirate.
Yeah.
That's just a helpful reminder. Don't forget to drink some orange juice every once in a while.
And drink some water.
Yeah.
You know?
Orange
Keep hydrated.
juice and water. So for this one, we again figured the idea of like being burnt alive, a smoky sensation, like the charred oak expression for this one. So it's
Stays in your nightmares.
yeah, absolutely. It's like a sweet dream that turns into something slightly smoky, slightly.
It's been a while
squishy.
since we revisited this one, and it has such a pleasant nose.
Yeah, it does. Just like a sweet dream.
Oh yeah.
It starts pleasant.
It smells like sweet and smoky.
Tony, happy to
Hi,
see
Tony.
you. Tony
Happy
has
Halloween.
Tony has to be one of the luckiest people I've ever met when it comes to getting bottles. He's had an incredible year. Little Old Fashioned, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We
Little
appreciate
Old-Fashioned.
that. He's right. Smash that like button for more stuff like this. It lets us know we're headed in the right direction and you like some of the more ridiculous things that exist inside the space up here.
Or if you just want to be a little more gentle, just smush it or just tap it.
All right,
Or
I'm going in
pop
for a
it.
sip.
You know what movie stayed in my nightmares for like a while and it still is in my nightmares?
What's up?
Okay, there's two. When I first saw The Wailing,
Yeah.
which is like a Korean horror film, that one creeped me out the night that we watched it. Like I was up for hours and I kept like dozing off and then I would hear like the creepy voice in my ear and I'd be like, huh, okay.
Yeah. It's like a 3-hour horror film that's subbed.
And then the other one that still freaks me out when I'm in the shower is and I'm alone is Talk to Me.
Yeah.
If anyone's seen Talk to Me, it's another really good.
Yeah, we were going to put that on this list, but our list started to get pretty long. And then we decided that, like, if we wanted to make it through the whole stream, we should probably start cutting options.
Yeah.
And pepper in, like, some classics, too, because, I mean, you can't only focus on the new and you can't only focus on the old. We like a mix of, like, the older, kind of campy,
Yeah.
and then, like, the newer, like, more intentionally, like, jarring and just really unsettling
But like
storyline.
psychological.
Yeah. A good karma from all the wonderful people in this community. Yeah. Whiskey community has probably the most diverse range of people. And I love to see like when people that are awesome, people that are like positive about things, like get the stuff that they really want.
Yeah.
Because those are the people that I feel deserve it more than the people that just don't know how to appreciate it. And that's my soapbox.
End of the soapbox for the night.
It never again. Yeah, that messed up
Oh.
my childhood.
Yeah.
I saw it when I was, I don't know, like 7 years old. And I already didn't love clowns, but it made me not like them a lot. Man, the nose is like very soft.
Yeah.
Very delicate.
Even the palate, it does have a bite. It is high rye. Am I wrong?
Mm-mm.
Is it a wheater?
Mm-mm.
Is it nothing?
It's just a double oak bourbon. It's MGP, so it's probably like $76 or whatever their mash bill is. I can never remember.
I know.
Yeah.
It's good.
Honestly, pretty good. Starts out pretty awesome. Gets into like the dry, like really woody, kind of like scorched barrel flavor. So it moves from something like pleasant, like a dream, into like a little bit of like a woody nightmare.
Oh,
I'm not saying it's bad. I do enjoy it, but the transition that it takes is like kind of dropping off
it
a
is
cliff.
jarring. Yeah. It does stay on your tongue for a long time. Like
Yeah, it does.
I definitely have like little prickles
Yeah,
on there.
it'll follow you around.
Oh yeah.
What is this one? Mango checking in. Hey, how's it going, man? It's good to see you. Oh, I'm so sorry. All right. Well, sit tight because at some point in time we're going to be drinking with you. But we will see which one it is. Yeah, honestly, it's not bad. I'm glad we revisited this.
It's a good one.
If you can find it for like under the 90, like what, $100-ish price tag,
Yeah.
it's really solid.
I also love the genie bottle too.
Yeah, right.
Like it's such a cute bottle. I want to fill it with sand or something. I'm not even I don't even keep bottles.
Yeah, she's not like a hobby person or like a bottle saver, and that's kind of interesting to hear you say.
I know. I feel like it's just because it's like a genie shape. I also another like terrible drain pour whiskey was the Centauri Owl.
Oh yeah.
But the bottle is so cool.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna repurpose that one.
Yeah. Are you sure we didn't get rid of that already?
Oh, it's already drain poured, but I kept the bottle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Turns out I'm wrong. Cat does say bottles.
Every once in a while. Not very often.
All right, so I moved through that one pretty
Oh,
quickly.
you're done? Okay.
Yeah. We got to keep it moving for these people. Next one is number 3. So that's going to be I thought we changed it.
You changed it.
The one that you grabbed before we started.
Oh, this one?
Which one?
This one?
Yeah, that's one. Okay, so for this next one,
your order is weird.
It's Rose. It's fine.
It's more like it's on a barrel, so it's confusing.
That's fine. We talked about it before we started, but ADHD makes things hard to remember.
Like, do you want to put it on the shelf behind him? Like, no, I don't want to keep bending over. And now I'm like, I don't know which one to grab.
This is our dynamic with 2 people with ADHD. I'll also just be like, I'm explaining the plan. Do you understand the plan? And she's like, yes. And then later she's like, you didn't tell me the plan.
No, you didn't give me any direction.
Yeah. Four Roses, is that the small batch or single barrel?
That's a good question.
Small batch or Frey Ranch single barrel? There's too many abbreviations. Help me out, Eric. I appreciate you.
Who
also,
knows?
cheers. Good to see you again.
Cheers. All right, what's the next movie?
The next movie is probably one of my favorite campy films of all time.
You did get me into this one.
Yeah, I absolutely love the Evil Dead series. It is a cult classic for a reason. Bruce Campbell, I mean, iconic. Probably the best campy actor of our generation.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's ridiculously cheesy. He's definitely got a shtick. It transfers to everything that he does. He knows how to really, really sell over the top and dramatic.
He also knows how to like play kind of like a douchebag
Yeah.
too.
Well, like
can you say douchebag?
Yeah.
It's our channel.
I
can say whatever.
I've also already broken the swear seal. At this point in time, it doesn't matter. Yeah, just really good at playing like a rizzed up kind of meathead.
Yeah.
You know, just like only really cares about like getting his ends, if you know what I mean. And like just seeming cool, even though he's like really cheesy and over the top.
And he's like, I don't know. He's definitely one of those people where you like either love him or hate him.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why, like, you know, we tried to think about the concept of Evil Dead, like what encapsulates that, what kind of flavor profile, what's the aesthetic of like being lost in the woods and like not really having anything around you.
Yeah.
So
and getting like possessed too.
Yeah.
By something else.
So we couldn't do this next pour if it wasn't for Mary.
Doc Swinson,
Yeah,
Fable
so
and Forest. I know it's hard to see, but that is the Fable and Forest one.
yeah, we're gonna work on getting better lighting for the front here. We just don't want too much glare on the glasses. My glasses will be a dead giveaway. But yeah, so this one, the other idea as well, like something that's basically possessing something else, just like the wife in the movie Linda, or sorry, the girlfriend Linda. So you have the Fable, which would be the story itself. You have the Forest, that's going to be the house. You have MGP as the basically the spirit, and then the vessel itself is going to be Doc Swinson. So pretty thematic.
I'll pour.
Yeah,
You're giving too heavy of pours.
they were tiny. There was enough for like 2 sips.
We have 11 of these.
Nah.
I'm sure.
Single barrel. All right. Yeah, I don't think I've had one of those in a while. It might be time to revisit the Four Roses single barrel. It's been what, like a year?
It has
2
been.
years maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe even longer than that.
We almost picked the Target pickup,
Yeah.
and like after picking up the Elijah Craig barrel proof, or like private stock, whatever they call it,
Oh yeah, the Target private barrel.
it was so hard to drink.
Yeah, it was very astringent. Faces of Death. I can't remember the last time I saw that.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
I'm pretty sure I saw it like a number of years back, if it's what I'm thinking of. I can't really remember it, but it's good to add to our list.
That one has such a nice nose.
It does feel kind of foresty.
It does.
Like you get like forest floor for sure.
Yeah, like mossiness.
Yeah.
Or like, is it weird to say pine?
I mean,
what type of oak is this?
Gariana. It's native to the West Coast. I believe most of the time it's sourced in either California or Oregon, but I could be wrong. Man,
Yeah.
I actually really enjoy this nose.
The like palette is really pleasing too. It has those nice like tanniny flavors.
Tannic.
Why can't I talk?
Tannic.
Tanniny
Tanniny.
is how you say it.
Yep. These are half the conversations we have, like tanniny? Tanniny.
I'm pretty sure it's tanniny.
Tannins?
Overall, I think it encompasses Evil Dead really well. It's a little spicy, like the
Ooh.
movie is.
Yep, I have seen that monkey brains eating scene.
Oh no.
Yeah, I saw that.
I've actually seen that. Okay.
Yeah.
This is gonna date me a lot, but when I was a teenager and VH1 was still a thing. And
I'm pretty sure you're speaking to the wrong audience about dating.
and they like called that movie out, and I was like, I am so good without monkey brains, because I also hate monkeys. I hate them.
Yeah,
They're so scary.
One little known fact about Kat is she's absolutely spooked by any sort of monkeys.
I don't like. I'm okay with gorillas, and I'm okay with little monkeys, little small ones, but like chimpanzees are the scariest thing that ever existed.
Then why won't you let me get a spider monkey like I want?
No, I don't want a monkey in the house.
Just imagine how cool it would be to have like a little butler
No,
that can pour you
no.
whiskey. I would teach it to get along with the dog.
No,
Yep.
no.
CJ, how's it going?
Hi, CJ.
Thanks for joining the ridiculousness already in session. Bourbon Van and Bourbon Journey at Whiskey Acres Saturday.
Ooh,
Saturday we do kind of have
We do
something
have,
planned
yeah.
already.
that does sound fun though.
Yeah.
We're in Whiskey Acres.
Southern Illinois. Not like super south, but I believe it's more south.
I
Oh,
need like a better calendar of things happening.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be great. Yeah, the Monkey Butler. Yeah, thank you.
No,
Thank you.
no. You guys can live together. Have fun.
That's fine. The monkey and I will have our own home. You can live in the garage. I want the Monkey Butler.
No, thank you.
Irishman, we'll see you in a little bit, seeing as we're already at pour 3, there's probably going to be a little bit more time for you.
He's on a work call.
Yeah. Work. No, I'm kidding. We appreciate you. Please don't cancel us.
He's probably just talking to his cousin, Raging Cajun.
Normal, Illinois, DeKalb. All right, so definitely a little further south. And what is that, west? DeKalb?
Oh, yeah.
Little Tuxedo Farm? Yes, absolutely. I'm going to do like a proper 3-piece. I'm going to get like the old school one with like the tails coming off the back of it.
No.
I'm going to give him a tiny little tray for a Glencairn. I'm going to give him rewards for every single pour that he brings me.
You won't let me get an otter. If you let me
otter's going to tear your face off.
A monkey wouldn't?
No, it's just going to throw poop at you.
No.
I'd rather have my face intact with poop on it instead of having my face peeled off like a horror film.
Otters are kind and gentle, and they just want to be in water.
Until you get between them and what they want, which is usually like an oyster.
I'll give them as many oysters as they want.
You don't even like oysters.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll give them away.
Good evening, handing out candy. Oh man, it dropped to 45 degrees.
Oh my gosh.
Where are you at?
Is that here?
45.
It did rain.
Yeah, I mean, it is pretty windy out there. It's pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
It is 25 miles an hour feels about right. I took the dog out before we did this, and I could like feel all of my clothes shaking.
Oh, no.
And I was like, all right, hurry up and go. We got to go back inside.
I feel bad for anyone that's in costumes that has like a headpiece or like something that can fly away.
Yeah, right.
Although if you're a superhero and you have a cape,
Yeah,
that is perfect.
That's fitting. To the better than others, too many options.
Oh, you know what? We have news to tell him too. Whiskey Vault.
Oh yeah. Sorry,
I should have given you a heads up.
Yeah, okay. We'll circle back to that in a second. Little Old Fashioned, thank you for encouraging the shtick. I absolutely love it. The Four Roses recipes, we're probably not the best people to ask about that. When it comes to Four Roses, even when we enjoy it, we just don't find the finish memorable.
I would be interested in getting like the whole pack. We have seen
the sample flight.
The sample flight, yeah. It actually would be nice to kind of try everything next to each other, but
we still have one on hold for Tony.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe
it might be 2
that
we're buying.
We might get a second one. Otters are big rats. You're not wrong.
No, otters are cute and they are my Patronus.
Oh boy.
And
all right. I'm gonna be a muggle and say we're moving it on.
You're such a muggle.
Milwaukee. Oh yeah. I mean that's close enough to us. I'm sure you're getting more what is that? More like lake effect impact? Because I mean it's rough out there right now.
It is rough.
It was just 80 degrees out here the last 2 days, and now it seems like it's going back the other direction pretty quickly.
I know. Well, I was mad when it was 80 degrees.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Thanks for joining the Spoopy cast.
Spoopy.
The Four Roses that guy brought to your bottle share was good. Yeah, that Four Roses was really good. That's one of the things that I find the most troubling about like knowing. Oh, it was not good. Not as good.
Not as good.
I mean, they're pretty good, but the single barrels, like the store picks, I find to be better than like their regular shelfers, because they're obviously picked by the palate of the store that wants to sell it. But you can't really sustain getting that type of flavor profile regularly. So I think for that reason alone, we've gotten pretty disappointed by some of the ones that we bought, and I think we made it through like 3 of them before we decided like $100 is too much to ask for.
I think that certain palettes or certain like picks are better for our palate. I've noticed that like we usually kind of gravitate towards like certain big box stores and leave like other ones.
Yeah, like your mom and pop places can sometimes come up with like significantly better picks.
Yeah.
And then like sometimes the picks that we get from like big box stores, which we will not name names, they're just not that good. And you think that they would be great because of the access and how much buying power they have. But sometimes, I mean, a dud is a dud. It's not going to hit everyone's palate. Just because it doesn't hit ours doesn't mean it's not good. It just means for us, it's not what we're looking for. And more places should give you the ability to sample it before
I
you buy
know.
it.
Yeah, I agree. And with like an open bottle, like a bottle that's been open for a little while, rather than like fresh neck pours.
I mean, but this proves my point. You know, if it has the same makeup and it's not as good, like the variation between the two is so wild that it could be a little too much.
Yeah.
All right, should we move on to the next one?
Yeah.
All right. So the theme for this
one?
number 4.
This one?
Yes. So the theme here.
This is my favorite horror movie too.
Yeah, this is one that's probably going to throw a little bit of shade, even though I don't necessarily mean to. So the concept of Alien, I'm sure everyone knows it. If not, spoiler alert, it's about 40 years too late for you to not see it. So apparently I'm in rare form today. So the idea that we were kind of focusing on here is like the evolution of the xenomorphs as like you started to see these movies that are like closing the gap. Like we saw Prometheus, or not Prometheus.
Rebulon?
That's not the name of it.
Romulus.
Romulus. We got there. So the idea of like basically finding a host or a vessel to basically change and evolve into something else that is completely unrecognizable, and like it evolves into something more terrifying very quickly. So we kind of went with that theme here and went Kentucky Owl Takumi.
And we love Kentucky Owl.
Yeah, so it started out as something we really enjoyed. I mean, I'm sure you've heard me say several times on here. Met Dixon Deadman, tried everything that he had up until like the like kitschy kind of releases, everything that wasn't numbered.
St. Patrick. I would also put the St. Patrick in this too.
I've had that one though. It's for like $70 to $80. It's pretty decent.
But I would for never, $150.
Yeah, I would never pay that for it. It's honestly not bad, to be frank. But this is another story. This is okay, at least from what I can remember.
It's been a while since we opened it. I cannot remember what this is like.
I should start just giving you a splash and be like, "Is that too much?"
Yeah. Actually, wow, that nose has changed. I don't remember it being like this.
Yeah,
it has like a maple syrup smell to it.
Stag 20A versus 24A versus 24B soon.
Probably for the Patreon.
Yeah, and for members only.
Yeah,
we do have it. Both of them right here. Soon. Well, I mean, you can't see it now because the bottles are in the way. There we go.
Yeah, you can move bottles, right?
Look, I can only do 2 things at once. All right.
Sorry. The sass is coming out.
The other I'm going to recycle. Interesting. I want to circle back on that once we try the B and see which one you really don't like.
What did you recommend the other day first? What cocktail did you recommend?
We'll circle to that in a second. Hi, Tom. Happy to see you. You have been doing some work lately. I saw Whiskey Row has been singing Limestone's praises.
We also need to buy a bottle. It is so good.
Sorry, tater season has been really hard, and we've just been chasing making content and buying bottles because the dopamine drip is there immediately. We keep on thinking like we got to order. So soon.
It's going to be there.
Very soon. It's going to be in one of our bottle haul videos. Person 29, happy to see you. Still our favorite person with a number.
Mm-hmm.
So for those that are just joining, these are horror-themed pairings. So this is Alien. This is something basically encompassing a vessel and mutating it into something that is no longer recognizable. Just like the face huggers implant a seed, Stoli implanted a seed in Kentucky Owl and completely morphed it into something else.
Honestly, I haven't taken a sip of it, but okay, I'm going to take a sip.
Thank you, Tom. Oh, so many things we have to circle back to here. Let's get through this pour, and then we'll kind of take it all in order.
That's a tasty one.
This is better than I remember it being.
I think it needed time to open up.
It's still not $170 good.
I don't think it's like Kentucky Owl Rye batch 2, like 2 or 3. Which one do we love more? I can never remember.
1 and 3.
Yeah.
One is
the strawberry I'm thinking of.
the strawberry's the 2.
Yeah. It's not that one.
Is that the one that we still have?
I think so.
Yeah, I think that's the number 2 there. It should be right there. Should say on the right, I think. Left.
Oh,
Batch 2.
2.
That's the strawberry one.
It's not that one, but
it was batch 1. Batch 1 was the one that we had.
It's still delicious.
Yeah, we killed that one way too quickly because we took it for granted. We didn't realize that it would be gone forever. Just that until they re-upped on distribution, and then oops.
And then we made Last Words with it, and it was the best, worst decision of our lives.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Absolutely great. Okay. So a couple of things to circle back to here. Let's kind of go in reverse order here. The cocktail that you mentioned. So for those of you that don't know, there's a riff on an old fashioned that's called a Battle of New Orleans, which in like the last, I don't know, like what, 4 or 5 months, something like that. It's become one of my favorite cocktails ever made. For those that don't know, it's basically the makeup of an old fashioned, but you're subbing out old fashioned bitters for Peychaud's instead, or Angostura, whichever you prefer in your old fashioned, whether it's old fashioned or Angostura. You're subbing out Peychaud's for that instead, and then you have like the makeup of the old fashioned with like a single dash of absinthe in it. So you're like basically blending the makeup of a Sazerac and an old fashioned together.
So it has like the teeniest bit of licorice in there.
Honestly, if you use like a really high rye or like high proof whiskey, you don't really get a lot of the licorice. You mostly just get like the proofiness of it and like a citrusy kind of woody component to it. It slaps so hard, so unbelievably hard. And
with the stag.
Just in general. That's what I was getting to.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You killed my reveal.
Oh no.
So I was at my job the other day and somebody was like, I want a really cool cocktail. What do you recommend? I see you have stag. Can you do something with that? And I made him the stag Battle of New Orleans. And I tried like a little straw taste of it. Holy shit.
So good.
No indication of proof on it whatsoever. Smoothest cocktail I've ever had in my life. Absolutely delicious. Killed it. Delicious, fruity, woody, a little citrusy. Like everything about it screamed amazing. I know getting it from your home bar is probably not conducive.
Yeah.
But if you can go out and they have stag at a reasonable price, for the love of God, you need to try this cocktail. It is.
Everyone's running out to get stag Battle of New Orleans.
Steven Scone, nice to see you. I'm going to be circling back to you in a few days with more information about kind of like the enterprise thing that we've been talking about, which I guess is another thing we'll need to talk about in a minute here. We did get your sample. We're super excited to try it. We hope to pull it from one of our lives soon, as we want to give everything a fair chance. We don't want to go into it with any preconceived notions. We want to be surprised.
Yeah. I think the next one should be a blind.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have a lot of samples.
Yeah. So the other thing that we're going to touch base on, we are in talks with partnering with a company.
Yeah.
They basically offer enterprise shipping. We get to select our own supply of bottles that we want to offer to people, and then they can ship to 46 different states. It's going to be basically everywhere except for like Utah, Montana, maybe
Puerto Rico.
Yeah. Well, that's not a state.
Hawaii. Yes, it is.
It's a
territory.
It's
technically a state.
That's not included in this. Anyways, so it's going to be maybe, I don't know. So it's going to be 46 states. You have the ability to go online and order stuff. If there's stuff that's not available in your market because it's basically state run and allocated, kind of like tiered system, you'll be able to order stuff. We're not going to offer. I'm pretty sure we got you covered. We're not really going to offer like the high-end Tater Chase bottles.
Yeah.
So
they were a little like higher than I would be comfortable selling to someone.
Yeah. So like they have what you would call like internet pricing on them. So whatever you're seeing online for like your Pappies, your E.H. Taylors, your stuff like that, We have some negotiating power and price point, but all of those are well beyond the price point of what we feel comfortable posting them for. So instead, we're just trying to focus on getting people stuff that they can't get in their market, whether it's Heaven Hill Bonded or Old Granddad 114.
We
or,
added Frey Ranch on to there, right?
Frey Ranch.
Which
like,
I'm excited about.
yeah, all the benchmarks, all of those. I made sure to include all of those, especially after talking to you, Tony, and realizing that they're not available in every market.
Which is crazy because they're so good.
Yeah, we want to make sure that that is no longer a fear, a worry, anything you even have to think about. If you can't get it and we have the ability to get like almost nationwide distribution for it, you better believe we're putting it up on our site, and we're going to try to negotiate the best prices that we can for it to make it actually worthwhile for placing a shipment. And then, just basically bulk ordering everything you need all in one go. And then you have whatever you need for the month, week, year, whatever. So again, we will have that up relatively soon. We're still kind of like back and forth with this business, but so far they're building out a site for us, and we will. I mean, when it goes live, everyone will know. We're going to make sure to let every single person that watches any of our videos know.
Yeah, shout it from the rooftop.
And the last thing, before we get derailed here anymore, so we are partnering with Whiskey Vault, the famed channel of like Whiskey Tribe, Whiskey Vault, all that stuff. They've been around for a long time. If you haven't seen them, you got to check them out. They're really awesome people. They're funny. They're interesting. They love history. They love well-intended like stories that
Which
are
is
awesome.
how we got into it, because we love like the history behind all of these brands.
Yeah. So like Whiskey Tribe and Whiskey Vault kind of branched into two different directions. So Whiskey Vault reached out to us and said that instead of doing nothing for Dry Week this year, they're basically doing a Whiskey Tube channel like feature for as many different channels as they could find that were interested in doing it.
Which he said it is like 25 to 30.
Yeah, I think he said 25
channels,
to 30.
Yeah.
So that goes live as of tomorrow. And we were asked to do like a 8-minute review or a 5 to 8 minute review. We picked a bottle that we absolutely love. It's probably going to surprise some people. I don't know.
I hope so.
I don't know if we've actually talked about it on here. Really.
I don't think we've mentioned kind of like the genre that we're into, but like I think it'll definitely be like, how did they get to this?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a curveball for some of the people that watch our videos, but we're excited for it. If you're interested, just keep your eyes peeled for it. Again, it starts tomorrow and it goes until the 8th. I think
so. We'll be posting it on like the socials.
Yeah, as soon as it's up, we're gonna post on any of our socials like a link, like probably like a screenshot of everything.
I like when you talk and it sounds like an old man talking about social media. And you're like, we're gonna put a screenshot on there. And you're like, yeah.
It's ADHD, all right?
No,
you talk about everything to an unbearable degree.
I mean,
the foolproof is honestly really solid. I think we always have it nearby. Yeah, it's back there. I'm not going to dig for it, but it is delicious for what it is. It's really good value.
Yeah,
like $25 for like a 3 to 4-ish year. Yeah, sorry. Done with all the updates.
That was a lot of updates.
Yeah, sorry. They all kind of piled up together.
Overall, what were your thoughts on this one?
Better than I remember.
Yeah.
Not quite as good as I want it to be for the price point. We did get a pretty steep discount on this at Costco. Yes. I think we got like $30 off on it.
I think so.
I still wouldn't pay that much for it.
It has a really good taste to it. It has like the mapley kind of overtones, and then when you take a sip, it has like a nice orange peel like essence to it.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's good. I like it. Would I pay that much? Probably not, but it is good.
So for this next one here, A Quiet Place. So this one's pretty interesting. If you guys have already seen it, yeah, that's the one. So the whole concept, can't make a noise, can't do anything. There's deaf children. If you make any single sound, you're going to basically be snuck up on.
Yeah, which is great. I mean, it was very convenient that they all knew ALS.
Yeah.
for that, and all the actors actually like learned actual ALS.
ASL.
No, ALS.
ALS is a medical condition.
Oh,
American Sign Language, ASL.
ASL. Sorry. Terrible with acronyms.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that everyone in the movie was disabled.
Oh no. But super cool to like actually have like a whole cast learn a new language.
Yeah. And honestly, like it's one of those things that really surprises you. The jump scares that happen in the movie really kind of sneak up on you.
Yeah.
So we wanted to pick something that would kind of match that same vibe.
It definitely has like the creepy crawlies
Yeah. So for this one,
and the nail scene.
we went with James E. Pepper Decanter, because this is one that if you're not careful, it'll sneak up on you.
It will sneak up on you.
It's honestly like the design is beautiful, just like the movie. And then we also have like the flavor. It's super approachable. It's got a lot of character to it. And again, like it's something that with the Proof Point, you wouldn't expect it to be as
Cool.
smooth as it is.
Yeah.
This is something that if you are not careful, you could drink through a whole bottle without trying, and you could definitely end up a little sloppy.
Okay. Hot take. At first, I was getting caramel on the nose, but now I'm getting candy corn.
Oh boy.
Is that weird?
I could see your candy corn, maybe not the same level of like synthetic kind of confectioner sugar, but yeah. What are the odds you're coming to Michigan for New Holland?
Oh,
I did send that to you. We never talked about it. I'm
Yeah.
very interested. I've been like a pretty nerdy fanboy for my whole life. Never really played a ton of Dungeons and Dragons, but I respect the lore and the idea of it. I love what they're doing with the advertisement, the build for this one. It looks really interesting. I mean, and honestly, like we became immediate fans of New Holland, or sorry, not New Holland, Dragon's Milk Origins. So, I mean, honestly, if we can make it, maybe.
if it doesn't kill us.
Yeah, that last trip up to Holland almost broke us.
I need to buy a mattress for the car.
Yeah,
They'll make it easier.
we won't sleep in the car. We just need a mattress.
And then we're just sleeping in a parking lot. And then force the loaf to sleep in between us.
For those who don't know, the loaf is our dog's
Yeah,
nickname. It's because she's a corgi, and she's about yay big.
And her name is Brioche.
Yeah.
So she is a bread.
She is literally a bread.
She probably hears this in the other room. We're like, huh?
I mean, come on.
Okay. Do you want to hear my notes on it?
Oh boy. Let's go for it.
On the nose, it has candy corn, but on the palate, I get pixie sticks. Which I was very confused about, but it really does taste like pixie sticks.
Everyone's journey is different, even if we're not on it together. I accept your individual taste in bourbon and whiskey, and I reject it completely.
Everyone else will. I feel like when everyone else talks about bourbon, they're like, oh, the palate is very delicate and it smells interesting. And I'm like, pixie sticks.
Yeah. Lemon gobstoppers. Runs, but only the blue ones.
It really is like artificial candy. Like I also get like blue raspberry on the nose. It's just so confused. But if anyone has the batch 34, tell me it doesn't taste like pixie sticks.
It does not taste like pixie
Are we
sticks
drinking the same thing?
Yes. Do you know how many times I've had pixie sticks specifically from Halloween? So I have that distinct, I'm pretty sure the powder was inhaled, like just by like trying to get out of the little paper tube, and it went into my brain. So I have a permanent memory of what pixie sticks taste like.
I used to walk to the convenience store with my best friend, and we would get
my palate is fine.
And we would get red vines, and then we would get the giant pixie sticks that came in like the big tube, and then we would eat like the whole thing.
God, this makes so much sense.
And she would be bouncing off the wall, and I would actually be like calm because ADHD.
Because you have ADHD. Yeah, that's fine. That just makes sense. All of this makes a lot more sense now. I always forget that you're a Red Vines person until you tell me, and I'm like, that's what's different about you.
And shut up. And we got Dr. Pepper too.
Okay, that one thing redeems everything.
Yeah.
Dr. Pepper is like probably one of the best sodas.
Yeah, it's the best.
Honestly, this one's just really pleasant. It's really delicious.
Candy corn, blue, raspberry, and pixie sticks. You can leave the live now. Goodbye.
Don't
leave. We're just joking.
Don't listen to her. don't listen. Person 29, that the rest of that bottle is still available. I know I offered it.
If anyone wants it.
I know I offered it to you a while before, like a while ago, and you told me that you thought I was basically threatening you. It's not a threat. I promise you I will get rid of it if you want it. If you don't want it, I'll still get rid of it. Pepper decanter? I mean, that's what... Yeah, this guy, you need to get it. Sorry, I misread the comment.
I also read it as Dr.
I was gonna be like, isn't that what we're Dr. Pepper decanter? Because I would get one of those. That's cool.
I would also get one of those.
Honestly, these are starting to show up more and more. You can probably find them in Woodman's.
That's where we found ours.
That's where we found not this one, but yeah, the other one there. The Woodman's in, was it Kenosha? We
saw one at a Binny's too.
Yeah, the Woodman's in Kenosha has like a ridiculously cheap price point for it. It's pretty good. A large pixie sticks of plastic straw. Was it paper or plastic?
It was paper. No, it was plastic. It was like a thick plastic. I probably have like a bunch of BPAs in my bloodstream from it because it just like sunk in.
At this point in time, it doesn't matter. We're all drinking microplastics all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
You know how much Starbucks we've had in our lifetimes?
Yeah, I probably had less than most people, but yeah.
If anybody knows where to find a Dr. Pepper decanter, I'm into that. We already talked about this. We don't want to gain a lot of enemies. And not to mention like the cost of like bottles, like the little sample bottles, and like travel to get to people, and like we also don't want to really bring it to any meetups. I think we tried that once so we could like basically pass the curse on to other people and be like, don't buy it.
Oh, that would have been a good one too, like a Ouija themed one.
If we ever pick up what Whiskey Row does and we do punishment pours, this is the punishment pour.
No.
I'm going to start using this as leverage. I'm going to be like, if you don't stop, I'm going to pull out the Sagamore and I'm going to make you drink it.
No, I did like when Jamie just squeezed a whole thing of lemon juice. She was like, here's your punishment. I'm like, he is going to be vomiting later.
Sagamore for the next meetup. Hey, if you want to try it,
it's all yours.
Yeah, I'll let you
even take it home.
I was going to say, I'll let you go home with the bottle. But yeah, again, very easy drinking. Very smooth, not very peppery.
No.
From the proof point, you expect it to be relatively hot. I mean, it is 53.9, which isn't incredibly high, but it doesn't even drink at that proof.
It's an easy sipper.
Yeah, I'd say it drinks closer to like 95.
What movie was this?
That was Quiet Place.
Oh yeah, Quiet Place.
Yeah. So should we move on to the next one?
This one is like one of my favorite bottles.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, let's move on.
So this next one is a classic. Whether it's the original or the remakes or all the various sequels and spin-off kind of things, it's classic. I'm sure everybody knows it. It was one of the original ones. Yes. So, well, Uranus wasn't given away yet.
Well, it's behind things.
Oh boy.
I'm not. Ooh, I almost broke it.
Guys, I promise you we're not even.
I feel so fine, but I'm just like clumsy.
I'm so good right now.
I'm so good. Like, yeah.
So, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, when it came out, it was pretty controversial. People didn't really know if you could really do something like that in theaters. It definitely got a lot of people talking and a lot of buzz about it.
I've actually never seen this movie.
All right. Well, I'll have to make sure we fix that. So we decided to go along with Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I love to hear that. So we decided to go along with the concept of controversial. People were talking about it when it first came out. Turned out to be pretty good. And also the Texas connection.
This came out in the 70s, right?
Yes. Late 70s, I think. So for our Texas connection, we got
Still Austin rye.
the Still Austin straight rye. So this is at this point in time, basically everyone should know what this is. But if you don't know what it is, you are really missing out. You really messed up.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
No,
So
it's terrible. Leave it on the shelves for us.
and now like their stock is getting
That's good.
a lot higher in age.
Yeah, even what just came. Oh, the blue corn is now 5 years old.
Yeah. Well, you're jumping the shark here a little bit,
Why?
or jumping the gun rather.
We don't have Jaws on here.
So originally when it came out, it was only like a 2-year whiskey, and people were like talking about it just like with Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They were kind of like, oh, the audacity of them to release that, like, how dare you, it can't be good, blah, blah, blah. And then eventually people got a hold of it, they checked it out, and they were really like kind of impressed by it. Everything they make is delicious.
It is, really.
Honestly. It is absolutely amazing. There's so much complexity on the nose.
Would you be mad if I said it tastes like, or it smells like candy corn again?
I swear to God, I almost like exhaled into the glass, which would have just splashed it all in my face.
It doesn't. This one definitely did. But
there we go. That's a better price than we get it for.
Yeah, that's a crazy price.
I hope that you can find that. I mean, honestly, just... Oh my God. I'm so mad. You have the 5-year?
Oh.
Like I said, Tony has the best luck out of anyone that I've ever met.
How does Connecticut get it first? I guess like Illinois usually is last.
Yeah, absolutely.
I hate it.
For most things, but they also get it cheapest. It's kind of crazy. Binny's in Oak Brook has 4. If you're interested, you might still be able to find it. Out training with the kids. Thanks for joining Night Method. Appreciate you doing double duty on being a dad.
Yeah. Hopefully you just have like one AirPod in, or as Chris calls it, an earpod.
Yeah. What?
You call it an earpod, not AirPod.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
AirPods?
I know what AirPods are. I have no idea where this is coming from.
You called it an earpod.
I've never said that before in my life.
Did.
Anyways, that's right. Tony found it in Texas. I just didn't realize that it was the 5-year already. I thought that was yet to be on the market. So that's pretty cool.
This has a really nice nose.
It's honestly... It's changed a lot from what I can remember.
Yeah. It's opened up.
I definitely still get like the clove and like the allspice kind of nose to it.
Nutmeg. I get more nutmeg now.
Yeah, absolutely. It's got like a lot more savory baking spice now, not so much like just the sweeter stuff.
I also get like a little like sweetener as well.
Oh, we have not tried any of the 13th Colony Double Oaks. Every time we try to get them, we just miss it. Whether it's like the online drops or like we went to Justin's House of Bourbon at one point and we missed it by like 5 minutes. So, you know, it's kind of our white whale for the time being. So we're interested. If you got a line on it, if you know where to find it,
we'll love one.
Yeah, you know how to get a hold of us, CJ. We will gladly either immediately go to that place or be happy to take an extra one off your hands. Oh, stop it. Stop it.
This gaslighter over here. I'm just kidding. Not saying he ever said earpod. I'm joking.
Guys, this is what I deal with.
The palate is, for having such like a overwhelming nose to it, the palate is actually really soft.
I wouldn't say overwhelming.
It is overwhelming.
I'd say it has like a really robust nose to it. So it's like a rich depth of flavor on the nose, but it definitely translates to the palate. I get like sweet tea, kind of allspice. clove.
Yeah.
It's very like kind of sweet, savory, herbaceous.
This is the type of rye I like drinking. I like this more than like the elderflower
Yeah,
type
absolutely.
of rye.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we were going with for this Texas Chainsaw kind of pair up. We figured that that's a little bit more fitting. It's basically not like running through a field the whole movie. You're basically trapped in a house in
Yeah.
Texas Chainsaw. So we decided what brings like everything together, like Texas connection, obviously, baking spice because you're trapped in the home, and just something that like the sweet release of actually leaving the house in that movie is like such an eye-opening moment. Again, if you haven't seen it, no spoilers. Just go see it and try this. Try this if you haven't tried it. It's amazing.
Also based on a true story too.
Yeah, I haven't chased the thread on that too much because I'm
Scared.
I don't want to know what happened.
I know. I've only seen it on like little snippets, which is insane.
So we do have 5 more. We're going to try to get through these pretty quickly. Let's just clear everything here. Pepper can just go here.
All right. What's up next?
So the next one is going to be Jeepers Creepers.
This is also another one I haven't seen.
Oh my god.
I feel like I haven't seen a lot of like the classics.
Yeah, I definitely need to have like a marathon with you and just like show you all of the like relatively recent kind of slasher and like monster movie.
Yeah. It looks creepy. Like I do not like his face.
Yeah.
I don't like that it may be skin sewed together.
I don't want to give the movie away. So the idea is this is a like new kind of monster movie here for those that haven't seen it. So it's basically in the middle of absolutely nowhere. Some kids and some people start to get chased by this legendary creature that basically comes alive once every so many years. And then it hunts and it eats.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's pretty creepy.
Sounds creepy.
But we figured what encapsulates the idea of middle of nowhere, almost like legendary and mythological, then no. Why do you keep doing this?
That's why.
Yes.
The order is confusing.
Detling. So Detling is absolutely amazing. If you haven't tried their stuff, please try to get your hands on it. It's absolutely freaking delicious. I mean, Alabama, in the middle of nowhere.
It's a delicious one.
Relatively small distillery, family owned. Seth Detling is kind of a gem. He's somebody who
not an easy bottle to open though.
No.
I'm always afraid that like I'm gonna like pop it open and whiskey's gonna go everywhere.
I'm afraid one of these days you're gonna open it that way and you're gonna hit yourself in the jaw.
That's fine. It's better than losing the whiskey.
All right. But yeah, so like again, middle of nowhere. Seth Detling is just like so humble about it, where he's like, I want people to buy my product, but I also don't want them to buy it too much because I don't have enough to go around. Kind of just like the idea of this movie here.
And so it's a relatively unknown. It was a relatively unknown brand
until it got the Bruzel effect.
Yeah.
But yeah. So honestly, really good stuff. I see we're not the only people that think so. If you haven't seen Jeepers Creepers, it's a shame. Yeah. Justin Long was in that. That's right. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, we have to watch it again.
I love him in Waiting too.
That's my favorite, like really cheesy, like early 2000s comedy.
Yeah.
It's honestly so real. After being in the restaurant industry for 15 years, seeing that movie first and then coming to the restaurant industry and completely forgetting about the movie and then going back and watching the movie, I was like, holy crap, I know everyone in this movie. I know somebody that's like each and every one of these people.
I also like that this has it doesn't have an overwhelming leathery smell to it, but kind of like a hint of dustiness to it, which I think if I saw Jeepers Creepers, I feel like it has dustiness to it.
I mean, they're literally in the middle of nowhere throughout most of the movie, and I think like abandoned buildings too. cornfields, stuff like that. So like you get the same kind of idea here. It does even say Alabama cornfields, which I didn't realize when I picked
that's
it.
perfect.
Yeah. That's wow, you can't write that. That's actually really funny.
This one I also get like sawdust from.
Mm-hmm. But it starts one way, immediately flips into something else. So it starts sweet, kind of just how the movie does, and then immediately turns into like darker flavors.
Yeah.
So then you get something along the lines of like a coffee or like a caramel, like a macchiato kind of vibe, I think is what we've said with this before.
We said macchiato, and I still get that like on the palate. Or even like what's like it's definitely like espresso driven. It's not like straight up coffee. It's like a very robust type of coffee.
Absolutely. Yeah, really good stuff, honestly. Very pleasant. Ours is a 54.7% and 59 months. Really good stuff, honestly. I hope we can find one of these by the time this is empty.
I know. We will.
I've been avoiding drinking it because I don't want to run out.
Is this one worth the price tag?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I know. It is.
It's like $80, I think.
Yeah.
I would honestly probably spend more for this, but I'm glad I don't have to. What is this here? Pairs well with Child's Play. You know, I thought about doing something like that, but we started to get into the topic of like what gives the idea of like childlike wonder and whiskey, and I was like, punt. I'm not going to do anything that remotely encourages like a child's palate for.
Even the next one, you were like, nope, like not going to go down that alley.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, it's fine. It's fine. Like, don't have to be weird about it.
Yeah. But CJ, I also agree. Biggest fear growing up, I had like a bunch of stuffed animals when I was like 3 or 4 or something like that. And I saw it when I was a kid. I saw a lot of horror films when I was a kid, which probably explains my dark humor. But that's the one that really stuck with me. And I started to sleep with one eye open around my stuffed animals.
Oh, no. You no longer trusted them?
No, because, I mean, it's hard to separate fantasy from reality when you're a kid.
Yeah.
You know?
And, like, your sense of, like, wonder is so much bigger at that time.
When you strip it away with somebody else's imagination that's terrifying, like, it may as well be the same thing as seeing it yourself.
Yeah.
Which kind of brings us to the next thing here. Scream. It's classic.
I've actually seen this one.
I'd be honestly very disappointed if you didn't.
Did you see that they're actually oh no, you told me this. The Wayans brothers are coming back to make a
Scary Movie.
Yeah, I know.
Scary
but
Movie
it's based off of Scream.
Well,
and other like classic.
We got there.
That was their primary one.
That's the one that started everything, was like riffing on Scream. But yeah. So this one's a classic. This basically kind of changed how I saw horror films. If you haven't seen it, I'm not really going to give the summary on it. There's too many movies and too much history to cover. But the idea of, what did we go with for this one? I'm going to check the list here. We wrote down so many. Oh, we messed up. Yeah.
Well,
we did mess up. Oopsies. James E. Pepper was supposed to be with A Quiet Place, but this one still kind of works. So let's get the one that you showed me every time and I said nope.
This one.
Yeah.
I think this fits better.
Yeah, so Blanton's Straight from the Barrel.
This is your unicorn. You are the unicorn and you're drinking a unicorn.
Yeah. We did actually just luck out and get another one, which we're happy about.
Are you warm yet?
Actually, no, surprisingly.
It's keeping you like nice and toasty?
Yeah, the alcohol's going the other direction, and instead of making me sweat, it's making me feel like nice and even.
Good.
Yeah. So the call came from inside the house. Probably one of Buffalo Trace's favorite bottles for me. Like, I know that this is probably the only Blanton's product that I absolutely love. It's also technically not their product. It is a contract distillate, quote unquote, with a Japanese company that does own a portion of Buffalo Trace's like stock, and they just decided to never get rid of this, which honestly, like, unicorn hat off to them. That is probably one of the smartest decisions that they ever made.
Yeah. Can we talk about how much I've seen Blanton's in media lately? I know it started with
It's everywhere.
like John Wick, but now I'm even seeing in like The Penguin.
Yeah.
And what else did I see it in recently? It was in like Law and Order SVU, and I'm like, why is it in this?
They have it on podcast now too.
Yeah.
Like they have it in the Bad Friends podcast. I'm pretty sure we saw it on Your Mom's House too. Mom's House podcast, in case anybody doesn't know what that is. Not just Your Mom's House. I'd be surprised if your mom knew what Blanton's was.
My mom does not know anything that isn't Jack Daniels.
Or beer. But yeah.
And she goes like this. She's like,
cheers, forlorn hope.
Every time she drinks Jack, she's like, So like, yes.
I see where you get your sassy, whimsical nature from. Yeah, that's plenty. So the rest of these get a little higher in proof point, so we're probably going to try to move through these kind of quickly.
This is 122.4.
Yeah.
If anyone's wondering.
So again, the only Blanton's that we've ever truly enjoyed. It's delicious. It again is probably the best Buffalo Trace, like non-actual Buffalo Trace owned thing that I think I've tried.
Yeah. It's a good one, like if you want to splurge and you're just like sitting at home and enjoying, like if you wanted to watch Scream and drink this, I think that that's the perfect pairing.
Yeah. This will, again, very much sneak up on you. It is, I mean, obviously it ranges from barrel to barrel, but this is absolutely delicious.
It has those like real strong Buffalo Trace red berries in it.
Yeah.
The nose.
I can kind of see that. I get it more on the palate than on the nose. I get not like raspberry. Kind of.
I was gonna say raspberry.
Like a semi-sweet raspberry.
Yeah. Raspberry or like a boysenberry.
Yeah. Ooh. It was on par with Straight from the Barrel for about half the cost. I'm interested to know which one that is. That's pretty tempting, honestly.
It is.
So yeah, pretty good. Honestly, very smooth. I wish that we had got the order for this one right.
Whatever.
That's fine. Let's not belabor it too much. I honestly kind of want to sit with this one for a little bit.
Yeah, I can get new. If anyone cares, this is an L as well.
Well, let's go over the whole thing. Warehouse H, Rick 32, 61.2, dumped on 5/24/23. Those are the specs.
Everyone's looking for the apostrophe, right?
Yeah.
Or the extra S.
Absolutely. There are two S's. There's one S and two N's. Both are different.
2 N's, yes.
Both are different.
Yes, they are.
Okay, so this next one is a classic. So this is going to be Dawn of the Dead. Whether you've seen the new or the original, they're pretty classic. This is one of my first horror films that I watched, like, outside of the traumatizing ones I saw as a kid.
My sister showed me this one. It was one of my first too.
Yeah, when I was able to actually, like, choose the horror films I wanted to watch, I absolutely love this. Became obsessed with zombie films. Love the idea of, like, the social commentary aspect of it. It's pretty cool. So we decided something that basically was brought back to life that at one point in time was completely forgotten. And we came up with
Ben Holiday.
Yeah.
I think this is like a good way to kind of think of the brand. For a long time, it was kind of just sitting, not really doing anything, and all of a sudden it had like a big revival.
I'm gonna get Blanton's away when it debuted in '84. It doesn't surprise me. People weren't ready for single barrel at that point in time. But yeah, like you're saying, revival.
Yeah.
It was been around for what, like 100+ years, and then just kind of like fell to the wayside. Went through ownership multiple times. Couldn't really get a consistent like track of quality and like finding the right audience and the right markets and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then they came back out like 2-3 years ago with like a big push in marketing.
Yeah.
And
they're
like,
terrible at social media though.
Yeah, they are.
If anyone like they had this huge promotion for like 80s inspired.
Yeah, like their synthwave clothing
Yeah,
collaboration.
and I like responded to them on social media and like nothing, just like dead air.
Yeah, and they were like, "Now's your chance to buy it," and we tried to buy it, and then like by the time we responded to it, they just like pulled the post.
Yeah, which is a shame. And it even says on their like website, they're like, we're not really good at social media, so
Oh, that's
just like
that's
come
in-
see us in person.
that's in their
Yeah.
their about me section.
Yeah,
Like we're just from Missouri. We just make whiskey and don't check the internet.
which is sweet. You know,
Yeah, honestly, I feel that though.
I'm better in person than I am over email. Most of the time in email, I'm like, what? You want another thing?
That would be your autism showing. What is this? Mr. Mom,
Hi, Mr.
thank you
Mom.
for joining. We are pairing horror films with the whiskey that matches it. We are on Ben Holiday. What is this? The soft red wheat?
Yeah,
And we are pairing it with Dawn of the Dead because it is also a revived brand.
you just missed the Scream one, which is, I feel, a good reference to cell phones or phones in general.
Hmm. Honestly, this is really good. The soft red wheat is awesome. Not that they make anything bad, but I think that this is one of their better releases. If we could get this at the Rickhouse proof, I'm sure it would probably completely blow us away.
Yeah, it is really, really like soft, easy to drink. There isn't like a huge wheat burn. It's tasty.
Yeah.
What is the proof on this one? 90?
100. Yeah,
Wow,
'cause
it's bonded. Ignore me.
Reading the label explains the label.
Wow, really? Yeah, this one is solid. I think that I would purchase it again. And Ben Holiday is also like a reasonable price with everything that they produce.
Well, some stores
Yeah,
extort that a little bit, but we did find it for like $50 not that long ago. I think it, or like 55. I think it was like Quick Pick.
I think so.
And if you guys are in the Chicagoland area and you haven't gone to Quick Pick yet, like this dude sends me texts like every other day with allocated bottle offers. And like sometimes I'll respond within like an hour and he's like, it's gone already. Like he had Willet Purple Tops today. And he's like,
Oh
do
my
you
gosh.
want one? And I was like editing, kind of like nose to the grindstone. And he was like, oh, it's already gone. I'm like, it's been 30 minutes. He's like, yeah, it's already gone. I'm like, all right, that's cool. I didn't want it anyway. But yeah,
You just want to drop a nice $400?
yeah,
No, thank you.
we have so much bottle money this month.
But we can't get it.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're stopping us.
Not a bottle kill level. Yeah, I mean, if we didn't have a bunch of pours already in front of us, this is pretty close to bottle kill.
You'd get sleepy time cat.
Yeah, I just call that normal cat.
I am sleepy.
She's
often.
always sleepy.
My parents used to like wake me up because when I was a baby, they would wake me up because they missed me. I would sleep for like 20 hours a day.
She still would.
I would.
If it was feasible. You and the dog would just be cuddled up all the
Oh my
time.
god, yeah. I would get like one of those giant dog beds that you see on the
human
internet.
dog beds.
Yeah,
I've thought about that a few times, but we don't really have anywhere
we
to put
don't.
it.
No, our apartment's too small.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna pull this next one up and cue it. So The Thing.
Mhm.
The Thing is probably my favorite horror film ever made. It is so unsettling, so jarring.
You never actually see it either, which is even creepier.
Yeah, you just see like the extension of the thing that it becomes. You never really have like the full idea of what the thing is supposed to look like, what it looks like when it's not in a host. Like it's just this like amorphous, like transmuting, terrifying, disgusting looking thing. But it also has Kurt Russell in probably one of his best roles that he's ever been in.
He's good in it.
And like, yes, it's campy. Yes, it's over the top. Yes, it's ridiculous. But it also features the work from a director that at that point in time was relatively untested and then blew up into something like huge.
Who's the
James Carpenter.
Oh.
So we are huge fan. Well, at least I am. I don't know if you haven't seen this one, right?
I
you?
have, yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Sorry, you just said that. Yeah, it is one of my personal favorites. So we decided something that kind of matches that with the level of like kind of mutating into something else and becoming something almost unrecognizable. And
Yeah.
that is
Ba-da-da. Origin.
Dragon's Milk Origin.
Started with beer, now is whiskey.
Yeah. Do we have more bottles? I honestly don't know. They were going pretty quickly. For our pre-order, they're already half gone. I'll have to reach out to Harry from D&D. Can you actually just message him?
Yeah.
And we'll see what we can figure out here. I wish I had saved the knife. This one doesn't have a pull away.
I can do it.
Yeah. Yeah, you
It needs nails.
I don't have nails. Oh,
yeah,
there we go.
I have nails.
I don't need your nails.
Fine.
I'm a strong, independent unicorn that don't need no nails. All right. Raging, happy to see you back here. Hope you had a productive call. Or if it wasn't productive, I hope it wasn't that draining. We are at number 10 of 11.
We're almost there.
We're at the top of the mountain. We've escaped the compound.
Oh, gosh.
And we're running towards the police station. We have made it out of the killer's house.
We got at least 3 different weapons along the way.
Yeah.
And we lost all of them.
Yep. Man, Dragon's Milk is so damn good.
I'm excited for this one. We haven't popped it open.
I mean, we did try it when we were at
That's true.
the Holland event for like the release for all of these.
I had jet lag. I didn't actually have jet lag, but that's what I'm calling it from like sleeping in the car.
jet lag from driving hurt.
Yeah.
Drinking now, so I'm doing much better. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Cheers to that.
What are you drinking? What is everyone drinking tonight? Is anyone eating candy?
Yeah.
Like,
tell us what candy you're pairing with your whiskey. I mean, honestly, like the like, how do I phrase this? Like the apricot kernel kind of like
passion fruit
kind of scent to it.
Yeah.
Again, you wouldn't expect somebody that makes like pretty round, pretty robust beers to come up with something so fruity and so over the top.
Even revisiting their beer, I could see how the passion fruit kind of shines. I'm guessing that it's 2 different yeast strains that they use, but they might be like cousins of each other. And I could see like regular Dragon's Milk beer having that kind of like passion fruit, but it's covered up with how like robust the stout is.
Yeah. But it's covered up with the exact opposite of fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's very perplexing. Every time I think about what they do, I think about the beer and I think about the whiskey and I think about how at some point in time they had like everything for their beer line kind of going in one direction and then it just like immediately split into like the exact opposite flavor profile for their spirits, and it's honestly very impressive.
Yeah. They also have a crazy portfolio, like from seltzers and different types of beers. Nice.
That sounds delicious.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, seltzers, beers, like, I mean, beer barrel aged stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They have so many different things going on. It's just so good.
It is really good.
There's like a hint of cherry in there. But again, really on theme here. The idea of something that just like, it takes something that you already know, it kind of transforms it into something that's like very unfamiliar. It passes as like something way different than what it actually is. Like if you would have told me that you could get like straight up tropical fruits off of a bourbon, especially one that's located like in the Midwest, like
and like northern Midwest too.
Yeah, there's no way I would have believed you. I would have been like, there's no way that amount of complexity can come from like the summer and winter seasons here. But honestly, like it's pretty good.
It is pretty good. It is a tasty one.
Paired with the Snickers bar. Hell yeah. And I haven't had a Snickers in a long time. Maplewood single malt. I'd be interested in trying that. I mean, honestly, Maplewood makes pretty good stuff. I do. We are starting to like single malts a little more,
That's true.
specifically American single malts.
Maplewood is so close to us too.
Another, yeah, doing nice things with whiskey. We haven't really tried a lot of their whiskey,
I think I tried their gin last time I was there, and it was pretty good.
and I think I tried their whiskey several years ago. I thought it was like okay, but it needs more time. And
That's how it happens, though. Like
yeah,
you just kind of have to give it time. Like once that initial release comes out, and then it starts to age, and like they learn more about the process.
yeah. I mean, honestly, this is so good. I really love it.
It's really good.
I'm so glad that we took the trip up to Holland, even though it almost broke us.
It kind of has like a NyQuil smell to it.
Like tropical NyQuil. If
Yeah.
they made flavored NyQuil that wasn't green or red,
Yeah,
those are the only two flavors that NyQuil comes in: is green or red.
I love the red.
Yeah,
Gotta love red dye.
I used to love ZZZquil or like ZQuil. Because having lifelong sleeping issues, it's pretty tight. And then I just stopped taking it. I got better sleep, you know.
I also get like a chocolate maltiness from it.
Malt.
Malt, like a Whopper.
I can kind of see that.
It's like just kind of on the sides of your tongue,
Yeah,
not overwhelming.
yeah. It's so different. I really enjoy everything that Dragon's Milk makes.
Yeah, apparently I'm really thinking about candy too.
Well,
I'm
I
a
know what
kid.
we're doing after we finish this
We
stream.
have none. We have to wait until tomorrow when it's on sale.
What are you talking about? We have tons of candy.
Not good ones.
That's relative.
Oh, you know what this also reminds me of? There's a Japanese like they're kind of like gummy lifesavers, but they're in like Asian flavors, and there's a lychee flavor one, and it tastes just like this.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't really get lychee from this, but
Artificial lychee is what I'm thinking of. Or lychee?
lychee. Whatever. Words are words. So the last one here is Hostel. So I honestly kind of need to look at my notes for this one.
This one I kind of remember.
Oh yeah. Okay. Hostel. So if you haven't seen it already, it was like one of the first big ones that Quentin Tarantino was behind. I can't remember if he actually directed it or
think he
he
was a
produced
producer.
it. Yeah, that's right. He
Or
produced
maybe
it.
maybe part of his production company.
Either way, he was behind it in some way, shape, or form. And you know what I really thought about was the idea of what encapsulates the idea of something that's torturous, you know, a little divisive, something that really takes conventions and kind of flips it on its back to make something that's memorable, that people are going to have like some sort of kind of like historical significance for it. And again, yeah, the number one comment right here: poster is disturbing.
It's
Yes.
so disturbing.
Yes. But it is, again, something that they walked away from a theater with like a fairly heavy feeling of like it kind of staying with them.
I'm not a huge fan of like the torturous types of scary movies.
Yeah.
It just creeps me out
like
way too much, and then I'm like,
like the body
"Ow."
horror.
Yeah, the whole time I'm just like, it's going in my skin.
Like I mean, CJ knows. We both started with Child's Play as a kid. Like
Yeah.
once you start with stuff like that, like the ceiling's already pretty high for a threshold. Maybe I'm speaking on your behalf a little bit too much, CJ, but if you feel the same way about horror films, let me know in the comments. Nothing really phases me that much anymore, except for like the body mutilation stuff, like where you get into like the very taboo like horror films. Like I'm not going to name anything specifically, but there's plenty that I just don't want to watch them. Are you guys striking Evernorth?
This Saturday?
Man, there's a lot of stuff going on this Saturday.
We do have to film.
The mead cask. Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's the one that we're talking about. That's the one for November. If
oh,
we can
okay.
make it. They're probably gonna limit it to one per person, but I'll let you know if that changes. And then Whopper on the bonded, the lychee flavor
Yeah.
too. All right, apparently I'm uncivilized.
Hmm.
I'm taking my unicorn costume and going elsewhere.
You don't eat enough lychee flavored candies. I've never seen you eat one.
I never see you eat any. So this last one, we decided to really lean into the whole domination, torture, kind of like.
I don't think that it was supposed to be behind this bottle. So Journeyman's, their current distillery is in a past factory that made corsets, whips.
It was a bridlery and
Yeah.
a corset and like a whip factory.
And back then, corsets were made for women, not just for like the luxury of whoever wants to see.
Okay.
It was meant to be underneath clothes.
Oh, I see what you're saying. They were made to like basically allow women to keep all of their stuff in place.
We'll move some things too because you're
Yeah.
squishing.
Yeah, you're right. Compared to now, where it's like an accessory, or if you're an artist, you wear it on stage to make a statement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a bride, which I do not like.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm like, why are you wearing a corset and it's see-through? Oh my god.
They make see-through corsets?
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that.
It's awful. It does
seems
not
like
look good.
counterintuitive to the whole idea. But that's me. That's me on my
Everyone,
soapbox
it's
here.
their day. They can dress however they want. But
yeah, you're not wrong.
you know,
Like that
who am I to judge?
That doesn't mean that people aren't gonna talk. But the bright side the bright side is if somebody wears white on your wedding day and you're wearing the see-through thing, then they're really not stealing your thunder.
I guess.
The only way they could steal your thunder is if they also wore something see-through or basically transparent.
Hey, it's a wedding. You go for a few different reasons.
Yep. Ooh, House of Wax. Yep. I don't even want to read that comment. I remember it. It was very.
Oh no. That's one I can live without seeing.
Yeah, very, very much mentally pass. Don't even want to think about it. So yeah, Corseps, Whips, and Whiskey, absolutely great stuff. We basically started collecting in the earlier days, with like collecting all the Journeyman line.
Yeah.
We went through literally every expression that they had, and then we decided to go to we went to one of their tours, and then we tried everything.
It's a great tour
that they released. Really cool place. They have the world's largest like putting course. I think it's I think they said it's like 100 something feet.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Really cool people, really nice, really friendly. They honestly make pretty decent stuff. They don't get the amount of love or exposure that we would hope that they will, or that they would up at this point. But we actually reached out to them about trying to see if we can just kind of stop in and do a tour and just like check out their new facility in Valparaiso, which would be amazing if that happens. We would absolutely love to kind of go behind the scenes and show you guys what they're doing now, because they're making really, really cool stuff.
They are.
But again, this one was just a little bit more on the theme, maybe not so much on the taste itself, but
that one will whip you for sure.
Yeah, it's hot, it's round, it has a lot of leathery kind of notes to it.
Yeah.
It's honestly pretty good.
Yeah.
I sneaked a sip of this one last night.
Did you?
When I was editing the Whiskey Vault video.
Oh.
Just to kind of be like, do I still agree with this as the closer? And yes, you bring in the dominatrix when you want to close.
Yeah. Honestly.
Mr. Mom gets it.
It's really hot. Especially like we've had 11 pours.
Well, this would be the 11th.
Okay, we've had 10 pours. And it is still hot on the tongue. It is spicy.
I get it on the back of the tongue, not so much the front. I get it sort of like right before it curves down and goes into your throat. I get like at the very top of the tongue before it really goes back.
Yeah. It's
malty for sure.
It's malty. It has those intense leather flavors. It's still caramel driven though.
This is the wheat whiskey. Yeah, 100% wheat.
Ooh, it's hot.
So this is technically, I think this is technically an American single malt.
Did
No, it
Hostel
can't
start
be.
as like a fun movie at first, or
Ah,
was it
kind of? It kind of started as a fun movie and then very quickly became about like, oh, you're not here to have a fun time. You're here to be like whipped around and beaten and tortured.
Yeah,
and-
I feel like that's a perfect thing.
all right. I guess I did it on purpose instead of on accident.
Yeah. Honestly, I always want to watch like scary movies up like for the happy part where everyone's like, yeah, oh my god, I just found a guy I like.
Are
And
you
let's
sure you don't
drink
just-
together.
Are you sure you don't just like rom-coms?
And then I do like rom-coms.
Okay.
And then I just want to stop once it gets like really torturous. And I'm like, wow, I wish I knew how that ended, but I never know. I'll just imagine that everyone's happy.
See, as somebody who's gone through enough stuff in my life, as soon as the trauma crap hits, I'm just like, I want to see how they get out of this. I was like, so if I'm ever in a situation that's this bad, I'll know what not to do because 3 people are going to be the sacrifice to get the 2 people out of the building.
Yeah, you have to start dosing yourself with like cyanide now or like little doses so you have like a tolerance to it. Or like, I don't know.
Guys, if I go missing, I don't want to say who did it, but
Wow,
somebody did it.
I did not. Lies.
So if this suddenly becomes a solo channel,
Just me.
as we immediately lost a couple viewers from that.
Oh, no. No, it would definitely not be me. And I would not keep the channel if like something happened.
You guys heard it. If the channel goes dark,
Oh god, it's time for me to go.
Yeah. Well, thank you all for encouraging this ridiculous behavior tonight. I appreciate each and every one of you that have been here. We had fun doing this. It was a nice, interesting challenge that we had from our last live.
It was.
Next
Next
time on Unaliving Over Cornwater.
Oh no.
We felt bad that we didn't really respond to it last time when we were asked like what would we pair with it. We just kind of had to scratch the itch over the week and be like, what else?
It lingered with us.
Yeah, we're like, what would you pair? What would go well with this? What matches the theme? So this is really fun. We love these kind of suggestions. Please, anytime you're in one of our chats, whether you want to send us a message on Instagram, directly to our email, we'll basically consider any topic. We'll see if it's feasible and we'll see if it's something that we think will go over well for a live.
We need to do a Christmas.
Christmas.
I promise I am not
Thank you, Tony.
overserved.
No, she talks like this even when she's sober. She's got a
Probably
little
even
Mike
more.
Tyson in her. Thank you so much, Raging Irishman. I
Thank
really appreciate
you.
you. Thank you so much, CJ. Always a pleasure to see you in here. Thanks for joining us on another one of our Weird Thursday lives.
Yeah, they always get weird. Thank you, Mary.
Thank you, Mary. It's a pleasure to see you. Love the pumpkin and ghost
Aw.
emojis.
I love like little happy ghosts because I always imagine in the afterlife they're happy.
What are you talking about?
We don't know the happy ones. We only see the mad ones. Okay.
All right. On that note, may you all have a happy and safe rest of your Halloween here.
Yes.
And we will catch you next time. I am Chris.
I'm Kat.
And we are bonding over bourbon.
Good night.
Good night.